everybody. Just doing a quick video on my iPhone. This just came in from the Postal Service here in the United States. And it is the camera that I've been waiting for. And as I said, I bought the European standard one because I wanted to be able to use it. You can see it says 1/3 Sony CCD color CCD camera. Horizontal resolution is 700 TBL. System is for PAL. And it says the power is 12 volts DC. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. For right now, let me just open the box here. I just got it, so I didn't actually get a chance to open the box. And so for right now, let me get another camera so we can compare it with. Here's the existing camera we have right here, okay? Because this one's on the tripod. I do have a monochrome version of it, well, somewhere. It's basically the same thing. So it's just, this is what it looks like. Body first. And put this down for a second while I get this out of the package. Nice. It is made out of metal. It is not plastic. At least, not for the most part of it. Here's the thing that you gotta watch out for. You see, it's got screws like the other camera does. But you'll see it also mentions positive and negative volts, but it also mentions it does AC and DC. This camera only does DC. This does not, as far as I know, have a reverse polarity protect circuit in it to run it with alternating current. Like my current camera I have, it can mount the stand on the top and on the bottom. It has a back focusing ring. Okay, so this one has a set screw in it. So I happen to have a C-mount lens that'll fit this, so I will. Actually, it comes with one. Okay, and that's this. This is a 6mm lens. And trying to open this up with my hand is difficult. So we have the lens. This is a 6mm lens. Now, these are security cameras. So this one, first of all, does not appear to have adjustable aperture. Oops, there goes the lens. Okay. So this one only has a focus ring. It does not have a aperture control. Okay, but it does get the focus ring on it. It does not have a filter ring, so you can't necessarily mount a filter on it. Okay, so that kind of sucks. But again, I'm not going to be using this lens right now because I'm going to be using one of my own lenses for the camera. So we'll be setting this up and letting you know how it works. They sent me a really nice camera, so I really want to see what this guy can do. Now, my setup is definitely a blessing because my system is set for American and European standard. I'm talking about my video system. So it'll be very easy for me to hook this in and see how this works. You'll see that there's a tiny set screw right here. That's just a back focus ring, which means you need an eyeglass screwdriver, probably a Phillips apparently, to loosen it up. And even if you do loosen it up, you're not going to be able to go very far. You might be able to go back a little bit, but that's about it. And not really too big a deal. And probably what you'll see inside this camera if you open it up, which right now I'm still got a warranty on it, so I'm not going to do that, is you'll notice that there is a series of, there's actually probably two boards inside here. The back board and the rear, which is what controls are connected to. And of course, the BNC connector goes to that. And of course, this mounts on the standard tripod like my existing CP234. Let's compare the sheer size of these two cameras. This, the CP234 in this camera. This camera is physically smaller than the CB234. But like the CB234, as I said, it has the power screws. And the CB234, which is this camera right here, has a screws as well. See? The difference is right now it's wired for 24 volts AC, so I already got it set up to reverse the wiring to 12 volts DC. That's no big deal. I just gotta make sure I do the connections properly before I fire this up. And this is a really nice looking camera. This comes from Security Camera 2000. And like I said before, these things here, here's the model information here. And the PAL standard is going to give a much better resolution picture as far as number of lines available of 576 versus 480. So I'm going to give about another 100 lines of resolution so we can do some more pictures and stuff like that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set this up. And it will take me a little bit of time to connect up everything and put it on the bench and see if it works. Okay, this is the PAL camera, and yes, it worked with VD, which we're using for this test right now. And I wanted to let you know that there was a couple things that I did change in the default parameters. The first one is the shutter speed. Now, normally, as I said, this camera has both automatic, fully automatic control. It also has aperture priority mode and shutter priority mode. I set it for shutter priority, aperture priority, so I could dial in the aperture I want manually and leave the shutter at a fixed speed. Now, since we're using it in the studio, it was pretty guaranteed that I wanted to keep it compatible with my existing camera that we had. As far as 2 clicks down on the 25mm lens to allow us to allow us to keep the controls simpler and easier to work with. And in addition to the white balance function, I have automatic, manual. I can preset certain colors. I can dial in. For example, this cat has white and brown. He, unfortunately, by default, the ATW tends to show him as a yellow. Same with my hair. So I will probably need to continue to adjust things as we go. Right now, also monochrome works too. And the Formax Studio TVR recorder will record in monochrome. Yay! Although I don't know what I'm going to do with monochrome. Now, you might be asking yourself, what are we going to do with the old cameras? Well, they're security cameras. So, how about doing security? I'm just buying brackets and I mount them on the walls outside my door so I can watch who comes and goes, and we'll set it to record that stuff or set on a couple live channels so people can watch the broadcast live. And that's what I'd like to do. Okay? But anyway, as I said, right now I'm very happy that the interlace, the VD is working. I changed aspect ratio. VD has what they call an exact 4:3 aspect ratio versus the there's another 6 to 4:3 aspect ratio. I didn't use that one. I usually do, but I changed it to the exact 4:3 so it'll fill the frame. And hopefully it will give a good picture and you will be happy with your results instead of having 2 black bars coming down on the screen. Because you see, you gotta understand one thing. The television systems back in the old days figured that the average television was going to have a lot of overscan, so they didn't really tend to fill the frame. They tended to kind of get a little sloppy. Some standards allowed for more black bars than others. But how hard was it Gavini working with this? Really, it wasn't hard at all. Just after I set up the Format Studio software specifically to use the PAL format, and then I plugged in the and then I restarted the computer after I saved the changes, and there you go. Okay, that's how it worked, and that's how's the focus on it? Well, it's not always easy to focus a camera, because it takes a lot of talent. I didn't try the included 6mm lens yet. I did try with my standard varifocal lens. It worked good, very good. It gave a very crisp picture of the old couch, crisper and cleaner than it was back when I was using it with the old camera, which is only 480 TV lines. This is 700. So we're going to see some differences. Now, for the convocation coming up in a couple days, we, of course, will be using this camera. This is the PAL camera test, calibrated VD. I think it's better set now. Everything looks like brightness contrast according to the color tests should be in sync. However, if it's still got a bit of yellow, it's probably because I might have to still adjust to white balance control. But that's the next step, is the white balance if necessary. Right now the camera itself is pretty much set stock. It just has the manual shutter set instead of the automatic. Other than that, it's pretty much factory. So, again, as I said, we will be fine-tuning the camera as we go. Now, this right now is just the next level to test, and hopefully it'll be fine after this. Okay? Hopefully I'll see you on Yule. Bye-bye.